watch a fascinating edition of 60 Minutes, the popular television news magazine that features Mike Wallace, Morley Safer, Harry Reasoner, and Ed Bradley tomorrow evening on CBS.
Good evening. Coming up, more fear of flash flooding in Austin today as heavy rain swept through the area.
And we'll also be bringing you highlights of the Texas OU game. Stay with us. Shopping at Walmart. Weather also caused some other problems around town. About 600 people had their electricity knocked out after a lightning storm went through the area. It took workers about 3.5 hours to restore power to all the homes. But officials say everybody had their power back by the time the Texas OU game started at 2:30. Carlos?
And speaking of the Texas OU game, we'll have highlights on that as well as more news when we come back.
Tonight on The Jeffersons.
I won't have to. I'm going with you. Somehow I knew you would. Florence, guess what? I'm going to a singles bar tonight.
Oh, finally gonna get yourself another man, huh? Well, just remember one thing.
What?
Now, you already had dark. This time, look for tall and handsome.
The Jeffersons, tonight at 6:30 right here on Channel 7.
Dodge announces the toughest...
7 degrees. For tomorrow, we will look for a chance of morning thunderstorms and partly cloudy skies by the afternoon, with an afternoon high of about 85 degrees. For tomorrow night, partly cloudy, and we may get out of it for just a little bit there with an overnight low of about 65. We'll extend that for you. And all the way to Wednesday, cloudy skies and perhaps a chance of showers on each and every day. Temperatures in the mid-70s, so we are looking for perhaps some more rain all the way to Wednesday. That's bad news.
Okay, Michael, thank you. Betty?
And coming up in sports, the Texas Longhorns and Oklahoma Sooners fought it out in Dallas this afternoon.
And the Detroit Tigers continue to win. Greg has all the sports next.
Some computers.
From all of us at KTBC-TV, happy holidays.
10,000 fans danced in the aisles. This is not the first American pop concert in Russia, but it is the first time Soviet officials have endorsed rock and roll music. According to these teenagers, it is no longer decadent to like Western music.
And as far as our weather goes, it looks like we're going to have pretty nice weather for the week. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, Larry, you called it. Rain looked like it might come our way, but it dissipated. Yeah, it looks like it continue to keep our weather rather dry, while in South Texas a completely different story has developed and will continue, one of rain, and that has certainly been the case today, with many locations in South Texas receiving anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain, and the thunderstorms will continue there. And most likely what we'll see tomorrow is the thunderstorms forming very close to the south of us and just kind of moving back up across the western part of the country. This is Monday afternoon's forecast map. Lots of nasty weather tonight across the Ohio Valley, with some cold air pushing into near 100-degree heat, setting off very violent thunderstorms across Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. And by tomorrow afternoon, more of that as that front begins to progress on down into the eastern seaboard and begin to cool off some of those folks as well. Let's have a look at the final weather map tonight, and that is afternoon highs. We will look for 90s over much of the country, and that will include Texas, and again, perhaps some rain, cool 80s. Certainly very tame temperatures for this time of the year for Texas, and notice how the 80s begin to creep back into the heat wave that has been plaguing the eastern seaboard. Typically hot across the desert southwest. It'll be the Pacific coast that will see the real temperature break, with highs in the 70s and the 80s. Let's have a look at the Channel 7 weather forecast for tonight, as we'll call fair skies. A low temperature of 73 degrees with light south-southeasterly winds. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain. Otherwise, just partly cloudy and a high temperature of about 92 degrees. In the extended outlook, a bit of a warming trend. Otherwise, very little.